In this Parashat Lecha, we have the Tzivut Avram, Kum Hishalech Ba'aretz La'arka L'Rach B'Chot Nena. Go and sojourn in the land, is the way it's translated, um, because I have given it to you. So the simple meaning of it is obviously that this is a type of a kinyan. It's a way of acquisition. One of the ways of being kona is by chazaka, and it has its halachic details of um, kinyan and so on. But Rabbi Chaya says it's a much deeper point over here, and he focuses on the word hishalech. He speaks about hishalech in Noach, in Parashat Noach, where it says his halach, and it says his halach is something that is unique to very big people like Chanoch, his halach Zalkim, and Avram, and he says his halach is something that is usually spoken about in the context of chachma, of wisdom. So let's first explain a little bit the word difference halach and his halach. The simple difference is halach is a straight motion. A person is going from point A to point B. That's halicha. His halach is more to stroll kind of back and forth. That's what the word his halach implies usually. So when two people are walking together, they're strolling together, and that's why his halach is the word used for it. But his halach implies a type of motion where there's not a goal and that's it, but rather it's a constant motion of being mishalach. So the Rabbi Bachaya says that his halach means a restlessness of the soul, of the mind, of the soul, in trying to understand. Now, he says if you take a look, it doesn't say that Avram traveled around much. It says actually Vayel Avram, Vayover Vayeshev. It basically find Avram Avinu settled in, dwelled there, and that's it. So what exactly are we talking about? So he says that that's exactly describing the point of it. He says growth in Ruchnius requires, and I'll quote the line, it requires Drishas HaChachmas Tzorech Tnuas HaNefesh HaSichlis VeHashkeit HaGuf. Requires that the person's soul be in motion and the body rest. The hefech mitzorech haguf, the opposite of physical needs that require the body moving and the soul being at rest. So let's describe what we're talking about here. It's not talking about physical sitting. Obviously, in order to be able to sit and to learn and to know and to understand, it's extremely necessary and helpful that the person not have any tirdas, not have any bothers, and so on. But there's something more to it over here. So I think Rabbi Bechaya is speaking more about complacency and restlessness in a sort of emotional way. A person who is restless regarding his physical condition, I can do better. I can bring in much more. I can arrange things much better. A person has a certain restlessness because he's not satisfied with it, which means that his heart and soul are preoccupied with um, getting things in place. That does not allow for thinking and understanding because we're in a physical mode. On the other hand, if a person's ruchnistic and sichliistic ambitions can be in um, sort of passive mode. Yeah, Baruch Hashem, I'm fine to eat. I might say that, I might kviyas, I do my things, I'm fine. The person is not restless at all. Person does not have any ambition. He's not, he doesn't have that drive to go further and further. He's also not going to grow in Ruchnias. I would like to think that this is actually stated in the Pasuk and Chazal in Parshas Vayelech. It says, "Lo b'shamayim hi, v'lo b'over hayam." In Parshas Tzavim, that Torah is not in is not in the Shemayim, and it's not in the seafaring people. So Chazal say, "Lo b'shamayim" is gasei ruach, people that are full of themselves, and Soichrei Yamim and over Yamim are people doing business and so on. So does it mean people doing the business because they don't have time to learn? That's obvious. Then it's not a question. It's not because they're doing business. Whatever they're busy. It's not over Yamim. Over Yamim means something else. So I think those 2 points over there mean exactly the same as here. Over Yamim means it's a restlessness on the person's ambitions are all in the world of commerce. Commerce, farming is a type of complacent parnoset. You work hard, but you have your farm, you till the land, you reap the crops, you hope they'll be good. That's it. There's a lack of ambition. The stereotype farmer is not really all that ambitious. The business says, 1 second, instead of selling my corn over here, I can go someplace else and sell for a lot more. And then I can buy products in third place much cheaper than here and resell them here. Restlessness expresses itself in commerce. So the Torah over there tells us that Torah will not be acquired in two types of people. The over Yamim, the people who are restless and restless regarding their material standing. That does not allow, it means that the person's mind and heart are all wrapped up in commerce or whatever it is. Also, in the people that are gasei ruach, it means that they feel complacent and smug. So they don't have any material ambitions, but they don't have any spiritual ambitions. Baruch Hashem, I know quite a bit, and I, say very nice share and whatever it is. I don't have a restlessness. There's so much more to know, and I'm driven because there's so much that I can't learn and that I want to learn, that I need to learn, and so on. Not possessing either of these two characteristics will not allow a person to attain Torah. That's what Parshat Nitzavim. Over here, so the Rabbi Bechaya says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is speaking to Avram Avinu, and he is speaking to him about having Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael is a wonderful place, but its purpose is to achieve Ruchnias. That's what it's all about. That's what Hashem promised it us in many different ways. This is the way, this is the place to be Davuk HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So he told him, this is a land where kum his halech birds. So Avram is Vayeshev. He needs to settle materially. But this is the place where you can become restless regarding the Ruchnistic world. And that's the prerequisite for acquiring it. So person has two different selves. There's the self, that the ambition, material world, and in spiritual world. To obtain Ruchnias, ambition in the material world hampers it, because that means that the person is engaged and involved in whatever is physical. That means he doesn't have that drive and his halach quality in the Ruchnistic world. If the person is settled, but he's totally complacent, I'm fine. Nothing bothers me. I have what I need. I've done what I should, and everything's very wonderful. Then again, a person not going to grow. A person going to have both together. And that's why Kadosh Baruch Hu charged Avram, Kum his halech baratz pace back and forth at Yisrael to keep driving yourself to want to know and understand more and more. And that's that Yisrael that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is giving him.